Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Neil. It's the Kid Al.
This is Vince the King.
This is Big Mike.
And this is the WolfPack Report. Now, the topic to talk about is we're 2 weeks away from football season, and fantasy is what we're doing. So, how y'all doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for the season to come up. I know I'm ready. I know I'm ready to be all y'all, so it doesn't really matter. What y'all got going on?
Honestly, I'm excited about this football fantasy. My draft picks are looking solid. My team's looking solid. Got a lot of sleepers coming in. I think I'm gonna shock a lot of people this football fantasy season.
First, I'm gonna stop you there. You got a whack team, but you guys not even ready for what I'm about to bring. This is football, real football, fantasy football.
Well, that depends if you choose the Jets. I mean, in one of your top defenses, because obviously they're not. They're gonna be pretty much mediocre all year.
Jets defense, best defense in the league right now. Best defense. Just to let you know right now. Let's be real.
Jets giving Tannehill 56 blocks. I mean, sacks.
There we go.
I mean, I'm not. I can't. I'm tend to side on my brother because I'm an avid Dolphin fan. We're Dolphin fans, so Jets are not my cup of tea, if you want to put it like that. But what I would say is Jets are going to be somewhat decent. They're not going to be better than the Dolphins. All that aside, what do we got as the best top running backs? What do you guys think for fantasy right now?
Fantasy right now, I mean, I'm without a doubt, you got my boy Marshawn Lynch
As number one?
as number one. But the only reason I say that is because Le'Veon Bell out for 2 games. Then in that case, he would have been my number one.
Now, do you think? I know people are, with Adrian Peterson having dealt what he dealt. This is the first year where he's able to start off fresh from the last incident with his child. How you think he's going to do? Because I had looked at Adrian Peterson as possibly going back to that year after that injury.
Well, according to fantasy, he was my first pick. I picked him up. I think he's gonna blow up. I think this is gonna be his year because I think that he's gonna just blow up because he has a lot to prove. A lot.
Well, I believe Adrian Peterson's going to blow up. I mean, last year, I think the Vikings went 7-6. Teddy Bridgewater did pretty decent, and that was with no running game. So I think AP's going to, turn it up, give Teddy Bridgewater some looks, and eventually, once those running lanes open, Adrian Peterson's going to the house.
But we can put it sound like this. Everybody, what's your top 3 running backs for the fantasy this year?
This year, I'm going to go with Marshawn, Jamal Charles, and Eddie Lacy.
I'm gonna go Eddie Lacy, AP, and Marshawn.
What you got, Vince?
I would have to say Jamal Charles, AP, and Lynch, Marshawn Lynch.
I think I'm on the same way. I would actually put AP, Marshawn, and I really like Le'Veon, so I don't know.
It's very difficult though because Jamal Charles, he's like a dual threat. He can catch. He can be a shotgun catch out of the backfield.
Yeah, but he's
very quick.
Very accident prone. He's very accident prone.
He is, but PPR league, Jamal Charles blow up.
That's true.
He blows
That's
up.
true. That's true. That is very true.
And
I agree.
AP, he scares me, man. He's a one-man team. Like, he scares me.
I know, but that boy can put it on his back, though.
It's different.
Yeah, I know he can put it on his back. I mean,
yeah, but it's different when you got Eddie Lacy with Aaron Rodgers and Randall Cobb. I mean, he had Jordy Nelson, but you know what I'm saying? But Eddie Lacy can blow up. Jamal Charles can blow up. Marshawn Lynch can blow up. AP, they stop the run. What they going to do?
I feel
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about team individually. I'm talking about running back as what you think he can do. Do you think they can really stop Adrian Peterson without a doubt?
I think it's time for Adrian Peterson to get traded.
I don't think so.
Listen,
That boy got
y'all
wheels
touching
on
on a
him.
whole nother subject now.
That boy got wheels on him. You can't. The thing is that if you're gonna start dictating on how the team is, you sleeping on Teddy Bridgewater. That boy can throw.
I picked up him on my
And he got Mike Wallace
as a backup.
I'm saying,
so
yeah, I mean-
I know how things are gonna get.
He has Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace that did nothing last year. Okay.
But
Mike Wallace, he was on the team.
okay.
He was on the Dolphins, who
has a garbage quarterback.
Okay, well that's not.
Well, as a Dolphins fan, Tannehill couldn't connect with the deep ball.
With a deep ball,
and Mike Wallace, he's a one-trick pony. He's a fly, hit him with a fly route, and that's pretty much all he can do. He doesn't have, to me personally, he has no dimension to him. He's not a person who could break down a route and hit a slant. He's not that type of player to me.
He's not that type of player. I agree, and that's why he worked good with Big Ben, because Big Ben can fling that ball, no doubt.
Yeah.
So
so how does Mike Wallace fit in the Vikings?
Teddy Bridgewater got an arm on him though.
Yeah, he's a deep threat.
He's
Wallace is a deep threat that can
Listen,
catch.
Teddy Bridgewater, I'm telling
sleeping on
you, you are sleeping on Teddy Bridgewater.
And Mike
he is going to be big things.
I'm letting you know they went 7-6
without AP.
with who's that Alfred Blue or something like that, or what, I don't know what his name was, but the backup running back for the Vikings, they did decent just with him. Just imagine AP, breaking tackles like he normally does, taking it to the house. That's going to open up. People are going to cloud the box, and then that's when Teddy Bridgewater is going to hit him over the top with Mike Wallace.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I guess we can only time will tell when it comes to the season.
Time will tell. But I mean, everybody got their picks. Let's transition over to
Who you guys is running back sleepers? There's a lot. I like this kid, this rookie from Detroit.
Amir Abdullah.
I haven't seen too many preseason of him play, so I don't know what he's going to be.
People are comparing him to Barry Sanders already.
Yeah, he's
really.
People are comparing.
I can't even put too much on it because I haven't seen him play that well.
Yeah, I take him over Joe Key Bell any day.
Joe Key Bell.
But you would take Joe Key Bell of who was the running back last year, Reggie Bush. I mean, I would take Joe Key Bell over whoever they had before in Detroit.
Joe Key Bell, man, buns, buns, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then what's it called? Reggie Bush. That boy just stay getting hurt. So I mean.
I think now Reggie Bush is at a point where he can say, yo, you know what? I had a good couple seasons. Let me give it up. Even though, why are people still picking him up?
Because they see the potential in him. Yeah. Now, why he doesn't have that?
Let's be honest. You guys pick Reggie Bush because of what he did, not what he's done. First of all.
But when he was with Miami, did he not break out? Isn't that what gave him? He broke out better in Miami than he did in New Orleans.
Right.
Well, the thing about Reggie Bush, people gotta understand this. He's not a ground and pound. He's more of a bounce to the outside, get to the flats, do wheel routes, things like that. As far as that goes, I think Reggie Bush, he has a lot of potential, but he just doesn't have the right system, the right football system.
I do think he may do a little better in he plays for San Fran, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might do
Hyde.
With Carlos Hyde.
Hyde, yeah, that's his name.
I think he can do good there, but the division that he's in is a little tough.
Yeah, San Fran's in a tough division.
So he unless the tough division makes him come out and he balls out, or it might just shut him down.
No, I agree.
I think this is one of those seasons where he has to blow up. He has to.
I think so.
But the only way he can blow up is if Kaepernick helps him out. That's the only way.
If you're talking about Kaepernick, I'm so disappointed in that guy.
That guy runs the ball. He runs the ball
even,
more than a running back does.
Yeah, I agree. I would say maybe, I don't know. I really don't like Kaepernick, and that's a whole other conversation. But what I would say is, what do you think? How do you think Todd Gurley will do this year?
I think he's a sleeper. Since we're in that conversation, I think he's a sleeper. I think he is. He in college, he can.
Now this is his first year.
Yeah,
first year, right?
Yeah,
coming out of college. What do you think?
I like it. College is a whole different ball game, man. Geno Smith blew up in college. Come on.
Yeah, but the division that Geno Smith was in college wasn't really that great. Come on. I think the best team. I don't even know the best team he played. I think they were the best team. He was in West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah.
Come on. Who do they have?
I didn't pick up Gurley.
I don't know if anybody picked up Gurley. I was potentially going to pick him up. I had him in my queue for my fantasy. So that's why I was thinking about it. But I ended up going another route. But I was very high on Todd Gurley because I know how well he did in college. And I was only projecting him to do well in the NFL for his first time.
I like Todd Gurley, but him and Melvin Gordon. They're just too injury prone. Like they're just coming into the league already. They're already hurt. Coming into the league, they got bad knees. They got issues. I personally think that they'll do all right. I mean, they'll be decent.
Let's say Melvin Gordon didn't have an ankle injury. Let's say that.
Oh, I think he'd easily be. Yeah.
On.
Yeah, no, I know.
He would blow up.
Yeah, I think he'd blow up.
That dude was fast in college. And he can catch
what team is he for now?
I think he plays for
St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
St. Louis. And St. Louis might actually be a little sleeper of a team. They
picked him up. That defense real.
That defense is looking real.
I mean, obviously, you saw what they did to Peyton. Peyton got tore up by the St. Louis Rams defense last
preseason. So
last year.
So
what you think about Joseph Randle?
I got him.
That boy, that offensive line of the Cowboys really fucking.
I got him.
DeMarco Murray blew up.
I got him. I know I actually have him as my number 2 running back right now on my fantasy team. So I know I have high hopes on him. I think he will do well because I think that offensive line at Dallas will hold up for him, just like they did for DeMarco. That's why DeMarco was, even though DeMarco's a very strong running back, I think they did just enough to hold. So now this is going to make him go right into that spot. That's how I feel about it. I think it's a good place for him to be.
What you guys think about Duke
That's
Johnson?
that's from the heart.
He's a Miami native.
That's a Miami native. That's from the heart. I'm a Miami native,
but
and he is very good. He is very good. I don't know where they have him placed at. I don't know if he's like a backup of a running back. I don't know who he's following. But I would easily put him as if not a number 1, then the number 2 running back.
ESPN says that this cat is going to be like, he's headed for a big role. He's going to be rookie of the year. That's what ESPN says.
I believe it.
I second that.
I see it.
I second that. I would second that.
I can see the potential in him, but it's very hard because he's a very small running back. Linebackers going to eat him alive when they get a chance. But hopefully he learns.
Well, you can say that about a lot of people. They start off small. Look at Ray Rice. Ray Rice was small in the beginning. He put on weight, but he was small.
But Ray Rice is like a power hamster. He's like, great.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at his stats and stuff like that, and all his demographic stuff. He's 5'9", 194 pounds,
and quick.
He's quick, but that's small.
That is very small.
I didn't think he was that small. I thought he was a little bigger.
I tell you, them linemen gonna hide the shit out of his ass. He's gonna creep up and sneak through that middle.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. And then when he's out on that flat, you ain't catching him.
Let him hit the screen.
Oh yeah,
on the screen. Boy, he's gonna kill him at it.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill him at it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's real good host for that guy. I mean, that's coming from a Miami native, so I'm real happy for that.
I honestly think a lot of these rookie running backs are like all in my sleeper team. I think they're all like sleepers to me.
All these rookies, yeah.
I think the for the class of running backs that came out, I think it was very well, and I think a lot of them are going to do decent, if not very well, in this year.
I think they're sleepers because I don't think there's any running back that's coming to the league right now that is going to be top running back, franchise team. Franchise running back. I don't think they're there, but I think they're capable.
I think they're capable.
I think that Amir Abdul, I think he can be a franchise
because he's competing for that RB1, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He's competing for that RB1.
I think for him the sky's the limit. I watched the game and I was impressed on how quick this guy was.
Yeah, he breaks tackles really good too. He puts his shoulder.
Does he block? Does he block well? Do you know? As a running back, you got to be able to block for that quarterback.
I didn't really see a lot of.
I didn't watch that. I was just paying attention to them wheels.
Blocking wise, he's able. I mean, obviously,
he's a big cat though.
Obviously, preseason, I don't think they're trying as hard. But I mean, from the game I watched, he does a little. I mean, he does blocking well enough to protect Matthew Stafford. So
Matthew Stafford, he can run.
Yeah. Right. No, I agree.
He's another. I just looked at his stuff. He's another 5'9" running back.
How much does he weigh?
It doesn't really say the weight, but he ran a 4.5 in the 40. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So just to throw it out there, I see no one picked up Chris Johnson for fantasy this year.
Chris Johnson.
Washed up.
No, yes, he is. He has so much potential. Chris Johnson.
He does.
But his attitude off the field, his issues off the field, which probably is what makes a lot of teams hesitant to even pick him up. So that's why probably people in fantasy, you look at him and be like, man, I would really like to pick up that guy. But I can't because I don't know how he's going to progress later on in the season. With his injuries, with his injuries, and with other stuff that he's had. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm with.
But I think he'll be great in Arizona. I really think he can really make an impact for Arizona. The only problem is that his attitude sometimes messes it up. You know what I'm saying? Because he has this persona where I had the fastest 40 in the NFL, so he's king shit.
That's it. Yeah.
But that's it. That's all you got. That's all you got in your resume.
And you know what? And we'll leave it like that because that's all he has. We'll see you guys in a minute. We'll be right back.
Everybody, now thanks for staying tuned in to the WolfPack Report. And if you just tuned in, we're talking about fantasy, baby, fantasy. Now, going straight to fantasy, we're going to talk about receivers. Now, what do you guys have as your top receivers?
Well, right now, I think the best fantasy receiver would be Antonio Brown.
Why do you feel that way?
He can catch, man, and he's a deep threat. He can go all the way.
I'm gonna stop it right now. Over Calvin Johnson.
Megatron fell off last year. Tell me not. He did not.
Mike, I would have to say Megatron. He isn't the same no more.
Megatron
he's not
fell
the same
off,
anymore.
bro.
Not only that though, every team knows that he's the guy. They put like 40 people on him, and I'm over exaggerating, but come on, they.
Megatron is still Megatron.
No,
but
he's a beast. If he goes 1-on-1, touchdown. But he got too many people. Too many people guarding him.
Honestly,
too many people.
If it goes me top 3 wide receivers, I would go Antonio Brown, Des Bryant, Calvin. I'll throw Calvin as third.
Yeah.
I would go Antonio Brown, Calvin, and I know Odell Beckham Jr. only had 1 year, but I think this season in fantasy, he could move into that third spot.
I agree. This guy, unless they figure out a way where, because the Giants right now they're pretty deep in wide receivers.
Receivers are ridiculous right now.
If Victor Cruz comes back the same guy
even half of what he was,
they can do something.
They can do some damage on the offensive side. Defensive side, that's something to speak on, but on the receiving side, on the offense,
yeah,
the Giants actually really do look good.
Yeah, because let's say you double team Victor. Oh no, you leaving
that comes wide open. There's no double teaming in the Giants.
I don't think so.
There's no double teaming.
But you know what they remind me of? And I don't mean to break a little off topic, but they remind me of what Atlanta should be.
Yeah.
If injury prone out, they are what Atlanta should have been with the type of receivers that they have.
They got it.
If Roddy White stays healthy and Julio Jones, I mean he is bad.
Because technically, I mean the best tandem of wide receivers would have to be Atlanta on paper. I mean, and when you look at them as a person who loves receivers, they would be my top people to be on a fantasy team. But because of so many injuries they have, you have to look outside of that, and now you start to look at the Giants as that type that type of
But you
receiver.
know who also has a good duo? The Packers. Even though Jordan Nelson's hurt now, he's out for the season. But if you think about it, it's Jordan Nelson and what's his
Randall
name?
Cobb?
Randall Cobb. That's no double team in there.
I mean, but they have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but you still gotta catch the ball.
But when you got somebody at almost 100% accuracy, that makes it pretty easy on you. All right, so I didn't get your top three, Julio.
Yeah, my top three I got
wide receiver core.
Yeah, receiver wise I got Antonio Brown, Demarius Thomas, and Des Bryant.
Top three.
I got Calvin Johnson as like my fifth or sixth.
Wow.
I got Julio Jones and Odell Beckham before him.
Wow. I don't know if I can go to. I can't even agree with you on that one.
Especially since from what I saw last year. Yeah, I got those two before Calvin Johnson. If Jordy Nelson wasn't hurt, I'll have Jordy Nelson over there too.
Well, the thing too is you always gotta realize is we're talking about fantasy wide receivers,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like think about all the other cool, good guys that are great wide receivers. Now, think about Sammy Watkins. He's a beast.
Right.
But he's not a great fantasy wide receiver. He isn't. He's not going to get you those points that you need.
Yeah, but
dudes like what my brother said, Antonio Brown, Des Bryant, all those other guys. Those are the guys that are going to get you points in fantasy.
Mind you, though, we're talking about fantasy wide receivers.
Who's going to put up the most points? Depending on the PPR.
And that's what my list is based on.
League.
And this is what my list is based on. I don't think Megatron was going to be able to put up as much points as he would, if it was the same Megatron 2-3 years ago.
Also, when it comes to Megatron, you got to realize, too, that he's receiver one. But now you got, on the other side, you got Golden Tate.
Golden Tate.
He's their second option. And since they're always double teaming him,
Megatron, Golden Tate wide open.
Oh, wide open. I had him last year. I had Golden Tate last year, and he balled out for me last year because they were double teaming Megatron. Yeah, Megatron had his piece plays and he was scoring points, but not as much as Golden Tate.
I just think with that, I think Golden Tate helped out a lot last year. So teams now are going to be realizing, oh shit, I can't leave Golden Tate open. Someone has to cover him. But with that, Megatron 1-on-1 in any cover system, he's catching over whoever.
That's why I kind of see that as him, and because now with them not realizing that they can't double team Megatron every single time, that leaves him open to be who we know Megatron can be.
And we
hope on a one-on-one basis.
Well, we hope for him to be like that. I would love for Megatron to be that guy.
I would too, because I got him on my team. So I mean, I would gladly appreciate that.
In that instance, that's why I feel like with Golden Tate helping out in the same instance as Odell Beckham, he'll do great this year. Odell Beckham will do good. Last year we saw what he can do. I feel people are sleeping on Victor Cruz. I think people forgot what Victor Cruz did a few years ago.
If he comes back the same guy, that injury he had is a real tough injury to come back from,
and he's still not 100%.
No, he's still not 100%.
He's still not 100%.
Reading the stats they have on him, they still say he's still having swelling and he's still having issues like that, which probably made him. If you're picking a wide receiver, he's one of the lower end of the wide receiver.
Yeah,
even though
he's a high risk, low reward type of player.
Say, Victor Cruz got 2 weeks before he can start doing the salsa.
Yeah.
He got 2 weeks before he can start doing a full salsa. Other than that, man,
it's slow dancing. Yeah, basically.
Two-step.
He's doing the waltz.
Basically.
Maybe two-step.
Okay, so when we look at, we now know Odell Beckham Jr. is doing good on the Giants. Let's move to a lesser part of him, which is Jarvis Landry for the Miami Dolphins.
I think he could do good if he gets more opportunities.
Do you think he is one of those sleeper wide receivers who could potentially move on and be something? Maybe in number one.
I see potential in him. I see him.
And I'm not, and I know I may sound biased because I'm a Dolphin fan, but I really like this kid of what I've seen.
No,
so that's why I want to know.
I also like him too, but I think he doesn't get enough opportunities to show what he does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get the you know, he runs out. He does good, but he just needs to get the touches.
Do you think he'll get the touches with when you look at fantasy? Do you think he'll be able to get the touches that
I don't know, because you guys have a lot of. I mean, the Dolphins have a
lot of receiving.
A lot of receiving. You guys got.
You got Jordan Cameron.
Stills.
I mean,
Devontae Parker, who we haven't even touched. We don't even know what he's gonna be like.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Is he your receiver one? Is he? I don't
right
think so.
now, he's our receiver one, but Devontae Parker has not joined in, so we don't know how that's gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? I think honestly, the best pickup you guys had, and it's gonna be a sleeper on your team, is Kenny Stills.
Yeah.
I think
he's a deep threat too.
He's a deep threat.
He's a younger, faster, to me, better version of a Mike Wallace.
I don't know, because Mike Wallace, that boy can catch, man.
I think Kenny Stills. He's just, I don't know. He's just his enthusiasm, the way he's able to break down plays and go for long routes and finish plays. Sometimes for me, honestly, I loved in the beginning the pickup of Mike Wallace, but sometimes for me it looked like he gave up on the end of plays. Sometimes he seems like
the Dolphins are famous for giving wide receivers a lot of money. They're in Miami, so they're like, I made it. So.
I mean, you got to look at it what Mike Wallace is going through. I mean, let's be real. Tannehill's deep ball was
horrible,
and that's all Mike Wallace can do.
I am an avid Dolphin fan, and I know Tannehill's deep ball is atrocious. So I can completely agree with you on that.
So let's think about it. If you Mike Wallace and all you do is go deep, you're not gonna go 100% every time on that deep pass.
No, I agree.
But I think Kenny Stills is gonna do what Emmanuel Sanders did for the Broncos.
I mean, yeah.
He's gonna be that sleeper dude that nobody's gonna guard him seriously, and then Buddy just blows up.
I also think too, Jordan Cameron is gonna do something for the Dolphins.
Well, Tannehill does like tight ends, and that's part of the receiving core. So I know that that's a possibility. Do you think Emmanuel Sanders will have a big season in fantasy this year, because he's with Peyton Manning, the best regular season quarterback in NFL history?
Yeah, that's why I picked him up.
I think so too. But also, now that we're on that subject and talking about wide receivers and stuff like that, we totally left out Demaryius Thomas.
No, play it back. He was my number 2 wide receiver.
And where did he go now?
Demaryius Thomas?
No,
he stayed.
He's still there.
Julius.
Oh, Julius left.
Demaryius Thomas left. Yeah, the tight end left. He went to Jacksonville.
So do you think? Yeah,
he went for the money. He went for the money. Let's be real.
But I think with Demaryius and Julius, they complemented each other. I think it'll be a lot tougher on Demaryius because right now the tight end. I mean, don't get me wrong. Owen Daniels, he's good, but he's no Julius.
But you think Julius Thomas is going to be beast the same way in Denver the way he did in Jacksonville?
Blake Bortles isn't bad. Blake Bortles isn't bad.
But when you have nobody to
Blake
throw
Bortles
to,
is that. He's in that because it's his second year. He's that third tier quarterback right now.
Yeah.
He's moving on his way up to the second tier if he does well this year. That's how I look at him. Especially in fantasy, he can fling the ball, but we don't know how well he's gonna do because that line ain't great, so we don't know how he's gonna progress.
But when you're a tight end getting thrown by Peyton Manning.
Right, no.
And then you switch to Bortles, that's a totally different game.
No, I agree.
I think it's 100% clear that Julius Thomas isn't going to do as good as he did in the Broncos.
No, I can second.
I think it's even arguable that we can say that Julius Thomas wasn't nothing until he came to the Broncos with Peyton.
No, I agree.
But you can say that for a lot of receivers.
But what do you think Greg Olsen would do this year? Because the Panthers are a one-trick pony. Let's be honest. They have no receivers.
No,
they had
now they
receiver.
don't.
No. Okay, what I mean by that is they had a receiver. Now they no longer have a receiver. They only have Jordan Nelson.
They are running on fumes.
They have, and that's the best tight end they got.
And
Greg Olsen is not horrible, but that's the only one they have.
Yeah, that's gonna be them. I don't know.
How do you project his?
I don't know. Because you know what? He's gonna get a lot of love. He's gonna get a lot of love.
Again, that's why I got him. So that's why I want to know. I'm trying to get some feedback.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get a lot of love, but then eventually he's gonna end up like Antonio Gates. He's gonna do good the first couple games, maybe 4 games, then he just fall off. Because then they're going to realize, all right, they're only going to give the ball to Olsen or run with Cam.
Right.
So, shut them down.
Right. Okay. I
Shut
can see
them
that.
down.
So
I can see that.
who do you guys think right now in the NFL have the best receiving core? My opinion, I think the Colts do.
Colts, man. We ain't even talking about the Colts yet.
Well,
I'm trying
they
to
got
remember.
Ty and they got Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson. He is still.
And then you got Andre Luck, Andrew Luck. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Andrew Luck. That it's in. He's there now.
Oh no, he's there.
He's there.
He's there.
now.
Arguably top 5
there.
quarterbacks right now.
This year, yeah.
This year, yeah.
This year,
yeah. Top 5.
I think
quarterbacks,
anybody who picks Andrew Luck in fantasy, you're
Easy
winning.
30 points every
You're winning.
30
Come on.
plus points.
Yeah.
You really can't say, okay, who's out there gonna guard those guys? Those are top receiving cores right there. To me, that's the top receiving core.
You guys may hate me for this, but I'm not a fan of Andre Johnson. I'm not a fan.
Really?
I think I wasn't impressed with what he did in Houston.
I mean, what did Houston have, bro?
Houston had. They only had.
I'm sorry.
had
I'm sorry. I
They
just
didn't even
Aaron
have a
Foster.
quarterback, bro.
They only had Aaron Foster and
Yeah.
Andre Johnson. That's it.
They had Ryan Fitzpatrick.
They had no defense. They had no offense. They had no.
They really had a
core.
really poor offensive line.
Yeah,
their
their defense scored most
just-
of their points.
And that's why they were good. They were good for fantasy on defense because their defense scored a lot of majority of the points.
I like him for the fact that he's a big receiver. He's a big red zone threat. But as far as that, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling. I don't feel Andre.
If you
I'm
have
not feeling
Andre on one side and Ty in the other,
Come on,
bro, Andrew Luck got options.
I love
Options.
The name.
Who is their tight end over there?
Dwayne Allen and there's another guy.
Kobe Fleener.
Kobe Fleener, yeah.
Kobe Fleener.
He's good though.
Dwayne Allen's he's pretty good.
But then their running game got better too.
Frank Gore.
They got Frank Gore.
I mean, I had Frank Gore last year, but that was in
Yeah, but
Niners. I don't know what he's gonna do, but
Colts got a better offensive line.
Yeah, with all that, not only the offensive line, but with all the options, Frank Gore can blow up.
That's true. That's
'Cause
very true.
When you got a passing game, that opens up your running game.
Right.
So Frank Gore could blow up. That's why I picked him up.
I mean, I can see that. I can easily see that. All right, let's talk about America's team, guys. Let's talk about the wide receiver over there, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Des Bryant.
That's Brian. That's my
Jason
dude.
Witten. Tight end Jason Witten.
Don't forget.
In fantasy now, because you gotta look at that because when it comes to fantasy, those guys are very, very well.
I had Des
that
last
tandem that they have is very good, and that
Yeah.
brings up a lot of points.
But like I always say, like Des is a great wide receiver. He's one.
He's a hothead.
He's a hothead, and I think that he no doubt about it. I think he's gonna be a Hall of Fame wide receiver, but I think that he's those guys. He's the big catch guy, in my opinion.
Right. Okay.
He doesn't really because they like I said like they do Megatron like they do everybody.
I don't think so. I think Des Bryant, you give him the ball, he'll make a play.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no,
He's
no,
a
he's gonna
big
make a
catch
play.
guy.
You give Des Bryant the ball, he can make a play. He's not just a one-dimensional player.
I'm just saying he
I don't
doesn't.
think he's one dimensional. I think
No, not at all.
what he's saying. I think what your brother's saying is that he loves the big play moments. So
Yeah.
when you give him the ball, he'll do that one big play, but he's not somebody I don't think you can progressively use.
Okay.
Like
Because he's also always getting double teamed, and
Yeah.
he's always like you had him last year. How did he do for you last year?
Fantastic.
Some games he blew up. Other games I was like, Des, come on.
right.
But I mean, like I said, that's what happens when you have a one-sided offense. When Des Bryant's your best receiver, you shut him down. And
But they had DeMarco Murray, but they ran the ball a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Then I mean, he was the
Wasn't he the leading?
leading running back.
And if you look at the games that Des Bryant had bad, was the games that DeMarco Murray blew up. And
Right.
the games that DeMarco Murray didn't blow up, Des Bryant blew up.
right.
So it was like an alternating game.
But we're now.
Do you think Jason Witten is going to be a good time? I mean, he's always him and
He's always good. He's a big dude.
right.
He's a big dude. So that's always a end zone threat.
How many points do you project
Weekly.
that Des Bryant can have on a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, I'm looking at maybe 23 points.
Every week.
Nah, every week I'm in the high teens.
In the high teens.
In the high teens.
PPR league, he was great.
I said 20.
No, the PPR,
I said 20 even every game.
20 even every game. Des Bryant.
With maybe 1 or 2 games that he's hitting like single digits.
Now,
I don't even see him hitting single digits. I'm telling you honest. I don't see. He's gonna be in teens every single time with a probably average him out to about the 20.
It'll depend on what team he plays on, what kind of defense he's doing.
I don't think he's scoring 20 plus in Seattle.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's not many teams that can say any receiver can do that.
So Seattle. I don't think he can do that in. What's another good defense?
Miami.
St. Louis.
I mean, you know, when I say that, I mean I'm talking about defense. You're talking Miami Jets. Those. I mean, let's be honest. Those are the Miami Jets, Seattle, St. Louis. Those are the top defenses.
Houston.
Right.
Secondary. Do you great secondary?
Do you think those guys can do well against those teams in fantasy where they can give you a lot of points?
With the best like secondary core. Talking about Des Bryant.
Des Bryant.
That's still Des Bryant.
He's still Des Bryant.
That's still Des Bryant. I think he can still. There's always going to be that one play Des Bryant blow up.
Right.
But see, the thing about Des Bryant that other receivers don't have, Des Bryant, he can always find a way to get open. He can always find a way to get open, and you know, with a jump ball 50-50, I'm choosing Des Bryant almost every time. Yeah. Jump ball over a corner or a safety.
You know who I've always been disappointed in? AJ Green.
You know what? I had AJ Green last year for my fantasy, and he blew up every single game until he got turf toe.
And then turf toe real.
Every single game, he had 30-plus points for me every single game.
Really?
Every single game. Blew up for me until he got turf toe.
Ever since then, it's been down here.
Ever since, well, he didn't play the last couple games.
Right.
You know, a receiver we haven't talked about, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. Vince,
you know,
you got him. What you thinking?
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't the greatest quarterback, but I would like to hope that his turnover ratio isn't that bad.
Me too.
The Penny brothers are Jets fans, just so you guys know.
I would hope that, you know, Brandon Marshall, being the diva that he is, he demands the ball and Fitzpatrick feeds him. But
go feed him. Keep giving them the ball.
But as an inner Miami person, I don't want to see the Jets rise in our division.
So hold on. My bad.
Go ahead.
You a Dolphins fan. We Jets fans. All right, you got Brandon Marshall. What you going to do that fantasy week when the Jets playing the Dolphins?
Play you guys twice.
I'm going to do what I've always done. I'm going to root for my team to win, but Brandon Marshall do very well.
That's what you got to do.
If Brandon Marshall scores, and I'm over-exaggerating, Brandon Marshall scores 30 points, but still loses, I'm happy. Brandon Marshall scores 30 points.
No problem with that.
Brandon Marshall scores 30 points, and they win. I'm upset. I'm upset at the fact that my team,
what if that week you won?
Because of
Brandon Marshall,
I'll be happy that I won because I'm one step closer to the money prize. But as far as my team and their hopes of a playoff appearance, it dwindles. It
don't
drops.
let the Jets beat y'all because y'all know we talking trash.
Listen, we might have a whole segment on how the Jets beat the Dolphins.
Listen, you guys.
This is going to be a turnaround season for the Jets. This is going to be one of those seasons.
Now it's just fumes you're talking. I think there's too much. There may be gas in the room. Maybe that's what.
No, this is the best roster
maybe
a long time.
Spark going.
Maybe the guy who punched out Gino punched you guys in the head. Because you guys are talking reckless.
As long as you've known me and you've known me for a while, you know I've hated Geno Smith since the day we drafted him. You know, no disrespect.
Would he be a good fantasy player?
No, he's not. He can't throw. Let's be real. Ryan Fitzpatrick, it would be a pretty good because he can throw.
Right.
I think for all the Jets fans out there, I think about 60% of them were actually happy that Gino got knocked out.
I'm not happy that he got knocked out because it messes up the locker room tension or whatever. But I'm just happy that we're not doing what Rex Ryan used to do. Stick with one quarterback. Even though we get better players, to stick with one quarterback. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Rex Ryan was a bum ass.
Rex Ryan had an opportunity. We had Mark Sanchez, and Mark Sanchez was doing bad. He had an opportunity.
The funny thing is, Mark Sanchez, when he was with the Jets, did pretty well as a fantasy player at times.
Yeah.
He did good at times, except for that butt fumble that everybody can't get over.
Yeah, that butt fumble, nobody's going to get over. You can't change that. But when he was doing bad, we had Tebow standing by. We don't know what he could have done. He never played him. But we got better. We got better. That boy win. We got better, but they never changed the quarterback. Now we have an opportunity. We have a better receiving core. We have better everything.
Chris Ivory blowing up.
We got a good.
Don't sleep on Chris Ivory. You serious?
He's good, but he's not. I mean, as far as
he's not the best running back in the NFL.
But when the wide receivers is opening stuff up, Chris Ivory can take advantage. Tell me not.
To me, Chris Ivory's a goal line carrier. He's a guy you give it to on the goal line. He's a guy. If you're 5 yards away from the end zone,
did you
Chris
not see
Chris
that
Ivory get you there?
43-yard running play he had? He took advantage of the team.
What team? Yeah, but what team was that?
Who we play last?
It was the totally forgot. Mine just went blank.
Anyway, it don't matter. You can't say that he's a single.
He's a power back. He's a guy who you give it to on the goal line. He's a guy 5 yards, 10 yards from the end zone. You feed him the ball a few times, he'll get you a touchdown. As far as premier workhorse back, I don't think he's that guy.
What do you think of now? So let's say right now, off you right now, Vince. Would Brandon Marshall have a successful season?
In my opinion, I think he does. I think he has a successful season because who he is, what he's done, and Fitzpatrick, his ability to not turn over the ball that much, and still show a level of production that I know Fitzpatrick can produce. But
Mike, what do you think?
I think he will do better than he's done in the past couple of years. Now, is that gonna be extremely well? No, I think he's gonna be right around that range where he'll be hitting about 15, maybe 17 points a game, average. That's what I'm thinking.
So, I think before we end this, one guy that we need to talk about real quick, and since this just hit ESPN a couple of days ago, this is Reggie Wayne thing with Patriots. What do you guys think? Because they're in our division. You know what I'm saying?
I think, as a Dolphins fan and a Jets fan, I'm tired of the Patriots. I cannot explain how that receiving core always tends to find a way to get better and better. And I know it's even though with what's his name being out, that team that with him once he comes back and him being in that team, Reggie Wayne being on the team, it's lights out for Reggie Wayne. That's like playing with Peyton Manning all over again, basically. Yeah. And he is gonna do so well. Points are gonna stack up against Reggie Wayne.
He did. So upset. Tom Brady did good with just Julian Edelman, Brandon LaFell.
And you got Reggie Wayne on this. You got Reggie Wayne.
I got Reggie Wayne. Grunk.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now you're gonna bring up tight ends. Who y'all think is gonna have the best tight end situation now? Because I think honestly, one of the biggest ones is gonna have a better season that he's ever had is Jimmy Graham.
That's what I was waiting to bring up. He is gonna blow.
You think so?
I think so. You know why? Because his only kryptonite
was Seattle. That's the only team you got in his way.
I understand that, but Russell Wilson is balls.
Right.
But when your only wide receiver is Doug Baldwin,
right,
and now they got Jimmy,
but they were still balling though.
Yeah, but you got
Marshawn.
You got
run game. You got a run game now. You got a receiving game. You got a quarterback who can actually run and play the game.
And you just said a couple minutes ago you could run back. A passing game helps.
Yeah, I understand it, but when you just have Jimmy Graham,
but you got to understand Russell Wilson being the quarterback that he is. For example, Russell Wilson getting out of the pocket, running, having Jimmy go to the flats with him, have him go a 10 and out. I think that can be deadly.
I see that working 2 games.
No.
I see that working in 2
No,
games,
I
bro.
don't
Think
know.
about it. I mean, Jimmy Graham, he's a beast, but he also had Drew Brees throwing at him.
Right.
But
You have
The
Russell.
Saints-
You have Russell with the 2 Super Bowls with Doug Baldwin and
oh no, let's be real. His first Super Bowl, he had Percy Harvin too.
but Percy wasn't a factor.
The
Percy,
receiving core was a lot better.
Percy Harvin wasn't that much of a factor. He was there. He helped out.
Doug
He wasn't-
Baldwin was the guy.
But
For
yeah,
some reason,
and now you got him over there, Doug Baldwin
I don't know.
and Jimmy Graham
and Beast Mode in the back.
and Beast Mode in the back.
I think
and,
Beast Mode is gonna blow up.
and Beast Mode in the
I think
back.
Beast Mode's gonna blow up before Jimmy.
Oh no, without a doubt. Their main thing is a ground and pound game, no matter what. Anyhow, you look.
They're
at
not gonna
But what
deviate from
you
that.
will see is now Russell, as much as he runs the ball, he will have somebody that's going to be open because Jimmy Graham's a big dude.
Yeah,
And he will catch those balls out
he's
there.
gonna catch it,
He will catch those balls out there.
especially in the red zone. That's the whole thing.
Red Zone, they're gonna give it Beast Mode every time.
We don't know that because what happened to the Super Bowl? What happened to the
Exactly. What
Super
happened
Bowl?
to the Super Bowl? They didn't give it a Beast Mode.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So we can't say every time.
I got
We
this
would hope
option.
every time, but not every time.
So right now, let's be real. Top 3 tight ends, and you can go cliche and go Gronk and all that, but who you got?
Obviously, I'm gonna go Grunt number 1. Let's be honest. I am gonna say
Even with Brady
Jimmy
Brown
Graham,
for 2 games.
and I'm gonna go Jason Witten.
Wow, okay, that's good. Who you got, man?
I got Jimmy Graham, Gronk, Jason Witten, and a very close 4th, Martellus Bennett.
Yo, yeah, I like him, man. Martellus is a sleeper for me, bro. I'm gonna go Jimmy. I'm gonna go I'll go Gronk. Why not? And then
Jordan Cameron.
No, I don't like Jordan Cameron. He's good, but I think Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen. I know.
Fantasy wise.
Fantasy-wise, yeah.
I'm about to hit y'all with a curveball. I
Shock
got
the world.
Gronk, Jimmy, which is the obvious ones, and then Travis Kelce,
Travis Kelce.
Kansas City.
You think so?
Yeah,
As a third?
that's a third.
Third, Zach
Over
Ertz.
over Bennett? Over
Yeah,
Over-
Martellus Bennett. He plays for the Bears.
Yeah,
We
but
already know.
He plays for the Bears. Jay Cutler, bum, trash,
Jay Cutler may have something to prove.
buns.
That's why I was close to picking him up because he
Well,
may have something
then
to
prove it to me that Martellus Bennett deserved to be on the third
Listen,
spot.
last year I had him fantasy. I wish I had him this year. I ended up winning because I got Jimmy. But Martellus Bennett, he's a lifesaver. He's a lifesaver. He's that guy, man. I think Zach Ertz is better than the guy you said.
No, I don't think so at all because all right, let's talk about Greg Olsen. He's gonna get shut down. 'Cause that's
You don't
all
know
they
that.
got. That's
You-
all they got.
I'll take Dennis Pitta over Kelce.
Go ahead, take that as Pitter. Go ahead. I like Kelsey.
We'll see.
Because the squad that they have over there is real.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll be back right after these messages.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed those messages. And
weren't any messages.
so so let's talk about very important subject about fantasy QBs. What do you guys think?
I mean, do we talk about QBs fantasy without talking about Aaron Rodgers? Let's throw that out there.
Well, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers because I got him as a fantasy quarterback.
No, I mean you're a very lucky guy, but you can't talk about fantasy without talking about Aaron Rodgers.
The guy.
No matter how you look at it, fantasy, not fantasy, he is arguably the best. He is the best quarterback right now in the NFL.
Yes, sir. I agree. 100%.
You know, I was a little hesitant to pick him up because Jordan Nelson got hurt and stuff like that. But then I started thinking, it don't matter. This guy can still throw.
He can make any backup wide receiver look like a freaking star.
I agree. And that's why the argument is always between him and Tom Brady. Well, with Tom Brady being out 4 games, potentially 4 games. Let's put it like that. Potentially 4 games, less than 2. I mean less than 4, meaning 2. Aaron Rodgers can easily take over the fantasy world with.
I hope so.
With what he can do. I mean, there's no stopping that guy.
Okay, so
I don't think so.
Top 3 quarterbacks this season for fantasy.
I'll start first. Of course, I'm gonna pick my boy, Aaron Rodgers. He's my number 1. Andrew Luck. And the third one, it flips. It flips a lot because sometimes I go Peyton Manning, but sometimes I like Drew Brees.
Okay.
I think this year he's gonna have a little tough season, Drew Brees, because he really don't have nobody to throw to. But he's another guy that can make anybody a star that can throw the ball.
I mean, okay, Peyton Manning being who he is and that injury he had that might shut him down a little. But
he's one hit stick away from never playing again.
Yeah, so I think Peyton Manning, I don't think he's my top 3 anymore.
I beg to disagree. I think Peyton Manning, he's just, man, when he lights it up, he lights it up. He's the only guy I know who breaks his own records, who sets records and breaks them. He's very good during the regular season. My only worry about Peyton is postseason. And fantasy in the postseason, that's where I need him the most, towards that end of the stretch where he's trying to enter the postseason, like he did last year. Last year he kind of fell off the last 4 games and blew it. So this year I'm hoping it's a reverse.
They call him the best regular season quarterback for a reason. During the regular season, there's nobody who can top this guy. Besides Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is on a league of his own. When you look at regular season, the best regular season quarterbacks are Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, the way he breaks down defense, the way he handles himself, being a leader of a team, of an NFL team, you want him as a leader of the team.
So is he your number 1 fantasy quarterback?
No, Aaron Rodgers is still my number 1. So I got Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, and Peyton Manning. I can't. There's nothing that takes away from me. There's nothing in me that says I should take Peyton Manning out. Playoff wise, I will. Playoff wise, I can easily take somebody else, take Peyton Manning out. But when it comes to just looking at Peyton Manning regular season fantasy, Peyton Manning is still in that top tier for me. I don't see another reason to take him out.
Okay.
How do you?
I mean, for me, it's like a very tough flip between Peyton Manning for this season. Right. Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, and Big Ben.
So Aaron Rodgers is out for you.
No. I'm talking about because my first 2 is gonna be Aaron Rodgers and Andrew Luck this year.
Right.
And then Peyton Manning is for me is fighting against Russell Wilson and Big Ben.
Okay.
You know, because Big Ben after game 3 blew up last year.
He did.
Russell Wilson always has a good season. You know what I'm saying? So like that injury that Peyton had, like my brother said, he's a hit away from like ending his damn career.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's scary. I know Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning, but we're not talking about what Peyton Manning did 2-3 years ago. We're talking about what Peyton Manning's productively doing.
Well, normally,
do you realize his stats last year where he only had, I think, 12 interceptions? 12, and threw like for almost 30-something touchdowns? Yeah. And that percentage is ridiculous.
No, I agree.
But. And normally Peyton always has a pretty good offensive line to where he feels comfortable. And don't forget, they just signed one of the best offensive line free agents in Evan Mathis.
Yes.
So,
of course,
that's going to help.
Line is always going to help him good. But you didn't say what was your top 3, Vince, because I know it was Peyton Manning your number 1.
No, Peyton Manning will be my third. First would be Aaron Rodgers. Second, it's
It's Peyton Manning, bro.
It's
Peyton
okay.
Manning is your
no.
He's your lifesaver in fantasy. He's saved your life for the last 4 years.
You're right, but as far as fantasy goes, it goes Aaron Rodgers, maybe like Russell Wilson in fantasy, and then Peyton. I throw in Russell Wilson because his ability to get you yards in a league with his feet.
With a run, yeah.
And he's not a very his turnover rate is very low. So he's gonna dink and dunk the ball, short passes here and there, completions. I think Russell Wilson will get you fantasy points. Peyton, just off of pure arm, just off of his talent, just off of what he does, I think Peyton is just gonna light it up.
Well, ESPN has it Aaron Rodgers number 1, Andrew Luck number 2, Russell Wilson number 3, and number 4 is Peyton Manning, and 5 is Drew Brees. Which, I don't know about Russell Wilson. I've never had him as a fantasy, so I wouldn't know how he would be.
I'll let you know this year.
I had him last year. He was consistent.
He was consistent.
He was consistent.
Consistent like what?
Consistent.
There's a consistent 30 points, or there's a consistent 20 points. You know what I'm saying?
There wasn't a game that I was like, damn, Russell Wilson did nothing for me.
Okay.
Was he above at least 15 points a game?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He gave me about 22 points a game, average. That was that, and that's not bad at all. That's when Russell Wilson had only Doug Baldwin and Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that's pretty good.
No, I agree. No. All right. So any upside on Andrew Luck? I mean, how do you feel about him?
I think Andrew Luck was he's at the top of his game right now.
I agree.
The top of his game.
Right.
And with the amount of weapons he's gonna have this year, it's just gonna make the top of his game even better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Johnson and Ty on
the outs.
I think he's gonna have a great season, bro. There's not gonna be one game that he's not gonna blow up.
How many points are you thinking for him?
Fantasy wise, I'm thinking 30 plus a game, bro.
They have it here.
High.
They have
That's
over.
very high.
They have
very
him.
High.
They actually have Russell Wilson as higher percentage points for overall.
Really?
They have Russell
Wilson don't throw as
They have
much
Russell
as
for
him, though.
36. This is stats by ESPN. They have Russell for 36. They only have Andrew Luck for 25.
25.
Because Andrew Luck, in fantasy, Russell Wilson, his ability to get you yards with his feet and score touchdowns with his feet is more likely that Russell Wilson will score a touchdown with his feet than Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I agree.
But Andrew Luck would throw a touchdown before Russell Wilson did.
Yeah, he was throwing a touchdown. Yeah, he was.
And what's a quarterback's job? To throw the ball.
Yeah, but that's one of those things where you can't. This is like the new NFL where every quarterback is fast
and can have some type of feet
and can run a 4.
He's not like Tom Brady running with two left feet. Andrew Luck can still run.
Andrew Luck can run. He can run. He can run without a doubt. I agree with that.
I think this year there's going to be a lot of great quarterbacks that are going to go up. One of the quarterbacks that I think is going to do good is Marcus Mariota. He's been doing bad in preseason, but I think with a couple,
I see upside in him.
I like Mariota.
I like Mariota better than. I mean,
I know exactly who you're gonna bring up, Jameis Winston.
I do,
but he blew up.
He blew up last game.
He blew up last game, but collectively throughout both of their preseason games, and we're talking about preseason, so we're not talking about anything specific. But when you're talking about preseason, Mariota has outshined him so far in preseason.
Yeah.
So what will be the deciding factor is the third game coming up. We'll see how Mariota does, and we'll see how Jameis Winston does. Jameis Winston, he has a better football mind. As a quarterback, he has an absolutely great mind when it comes to reading plays. Mariota, I don't see that. Mariota can be that quarterback who can be there and he'll be able to fling the ball, but I don't think he understands how well the offense and the defense works together. I don't think that. I see that.
I honestly think Jameis Winston is going to have a better season than Marcus Mariota.
I agree.
I think he has more weapons in the sense where he has Evans and Vincent Jackson, and he has all those weapons. I think he's gonna have a great season.
If Doug Martin holds
Yeah.
it.
Martin.
Well,
Yeah, I think
both games that just passed, both of them for throwing touchdowns. Both of them went 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. But for me, Marcus Mariota, he's the type of guy, off field, no issues. Fantasy, I feel like he'll have a very low turnover rate. I feel like Winston, he's gonna be reckless. I feel like Winston, until Winston gets it right, I feel like in fantasy or in anything, I won't be able to trust him because he's a very reckless athlete.
I think Mariota is going to have a lot more turnovers.
I agree.
Because of the fact he still has that same issue he did in college and was protecting the ball while he's in the pocket.
Well, he doesn't protect the ball.
Yeah, that's his problem. He doesn't protect the ball while he's in the pocket. He's out here with that one ball.
I may be over exaggerating, but Winston. I mean, Winston's last college game, he didn't impress me at all. I think he threw
I can't
14 interceptions.
I can't base it all strictly off just one game of his season in college. What I base it off is seeing how erratic Winston can get, and where he's very hard by. He doesn't take the time and get to. You know what I mean? He doesn't understand the mind of how to handle the game in a sense. He knows how to read defenses.
Yes.
I think very well. I think he knows how to read defenses. But when it comes to the poise and how to be a quarterback, I don't see that in him. I don't see the poise in him.
I see more poise in Mariota. I see more. I don't know. Mariota doesn't seem that.
Well, you're seeing it in the sense where because Jameis Winston is a little reckless and Marcus Mariota, he's a little calmer and he just hangs out and chills and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that plays a little factor into it, but for me, I mean, Winston, he's a very reckless player. Like sometimes I feel like, perfect example for me, Winston, when he wants to, he can be phenomenal. He can be great. And then there's times on the field where he throws an interception and it looks like he's playing for another team. It looks like he's throwing it to the other guy.
Yeah, but you know it's preseason, so let's. I would love to see what type of player he's going to be when he starts playing.
So on record, Pena Brothers got Marcus or James Winston?
I'm going Jameis.
I like Winston.
August Brothers are going Mariota.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens in the season.
Okay, I know this subject was going to come up. I'm going to throw it out there before anybody. I know you guys have an overrated quarterback person in mind. Go ahead and tell me, guys, what you guys think it is.
Obviously, it's going to be
Tannehill.
My number one is Ryan Tannehill. I think he's the most overrated and overpaid quarterbacks in the
You
NFL.
think he's overrated and overpaid?
Yes.
I don't think he's overrated. I think he's overpaid, yes.
Okay.
Overpaid, yes. Overrated, no, because like Vince always says, he's showing progression.
Right.
As a quarterback, he's showing progression. But I don't think you should be getting paid top quarterback money for minimum progression.
Minimum progression meaning what exactly? Because
I mean, one season he's throwing 19 interceptions, then the next season is 17. Oh, look, he's progressing.
That's not progression.
To me, that's minimum progression.
That's skating by.
But to me, progression is progression.
That's one.
For example.
But that's you guys over exaggerating though. He didn't just.
Of course, we don't know the numbers. We don't have it on there. But come on, I'm not gonna extend a quarterback's contract on his fourth year when he has one more year and give him tons of money when that's a quarterback that's supposed to be our franchise quarterback that hasn't done anything. We haven't made the playoffs.
2013, Ryan Tannehill, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 3,913 yards. This year alone, 4,045 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. That's a way better season than what he had.
That's 25. How much he's getting paid a year? Like 22?
20 million guaranteed.
That's big money.
Plus, he's still getting 40-plus sacks a season.
Let me ask you a question. When they have confidence in a guy who they chose in the first round draft pick,
of course, yeah,
who is arguably getting better and better each year, minimal, gradual, however you want to put it, if he's becoming better and better every year, and they really like this guy and they see the potential in him, why wouldn't you make him? Why wouldn't you give him the money
Dolphins
to have him as your franchise?
I know
quarterback?
The Miami Dolphins settled for Ryan Tannehill.
You think they settled? You
Yes.
don't think they? You don't think
last season? Because let's be real, if Ryan Tannehill doesn't do anything this season, he would have been his 5th season. He would have been gone because Miami wouldn't give him his money, and he's not. He wants big money. He wants big money. Is it smart for the Miami Dolphins organization to say, "Let me pay this guy so much money that he hasn't"?
It's not settling. Miami over the past few years hasn't had a very good quarterback who showed any sign of anything.
I agree that this is the best quarterback you guys had.
The last quarterback
years.
we had was when we took the guy from the Jets.
This guy is the best.
That's the last quarterback we had.
I know.
And after that, it was Dan Marino.
I know this is just preseason stats, but Ryan Tannehill, 12 for 15 for 102 yards. Very clean. That's a good stat, and that's just that's preseason. But Tannehill, but obviously you can see.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. He did not deserve. I think you guys, as Miami Dolphin fans and the Miami Dolphin organization, should have waited, let him play this season out, and then he's progressed. Boom, let's give him the $20 million he wanted.
You want to give that quarterback confidence. I don't care. No matter how you look at it, you want to give a quarterback confidence. And I think by Miami Dolphins choosing to do this by going after this quarterback, because at the time there wasn't that many quarterbacks out there. They could have waited another year, but why wait when you know this guy's beginning? And they brought back Dan Marino, who is now mentoring him, and he is Dan Marino. Without winning Super Bowls, he is arguably one of the best quarterbacks. I'm gonna leave it.
At the end of the day, we can only wait and see what Ryan Tannehill is gonna do.
No, I agree.
We can only wait.
At the end of the day, I mean, to me,
we will see this year. I guarantee you that overrated that you guys think will change.
My thought on how great this guy is going to be by the way they paid him, I'm expecting phenomenal numbers.
You should expect that from every quarterback then.
Getting paid
from
the Cutler
Tony Romo to the Cutlers to whatever.
To Matt Ryan.
If you're getting to Matt Ryan, if you're getting
to Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco, even though he won a Super Bowl, that was only one Super Bowl, and he sucked every year.
Yeah, but if you're getting top money, you should be playing. You should be playing top. We'll see. Like again, this conversation is never going to end between us. Obviously, we'll see if they give Geno that money too. Geno doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. Any quarterback that we have does not deserve that type of money.
Ryan Tannehill.
If Ryan Tannehill was on the Jets and he had that kind of money, I would be pissed.
I wouldn't. If he's doing well for your team every year, it's not like he's staying.
If my quarterback is not taking me to the playoffs, I don't want to. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm a Jets fan, and you guys Miami fans. I think the Miami Dolphins suck.
And I think the Jets.
I think the Jets won't even make it to the playoffs this year.
And we're never going to settle this.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Well, guys, this is the WolfPack Report. We're wrapping it up. Thank you for tuning in. Please follow us on Facebook at WolfPack Report. Please follow us on Twitter, WolfPack_report, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you, guys.
Don't forget, we want to give a big shout out to our sound engineer, Regel. He's in the room right now. He's working hard for us, so it's hard to sit and listen to 4 guys yelling for an hour, but he's the guy that's doing it.
Thank you, Regel. And tech guy behind the mic.
WolfPack Report out.